Welcome back to ChowTimePod. It's your host, Red. And videos today from MTR. JustPearlyThings quits new podcast after Brittany Renner goes off. This is why women can't fix their own problems. Please extra them below. I really appreciate that. See that chow time. I'm just hoping this one has a lot of laughs.
Girl, what the shit that comes? That's what I'm saying. The shit that comes out of your mouth. You don't literally just say whatever. What? Are you gonna do
Look at Brittany go.
Because honestly,
Brittany,
you're delusional.
Brittany.
No, Brittany. Go ahead.
Brittany, look, if you're gonna yell at me, I'm not gonna do the show. Like you don't have to scream at me. That's so disrespectful. You know, I'm not here to get like that's like you don't have to be rude. I don't.
Today I bring you guys content that saddens yet dismays me, but I would have been lying to you if I said that I did not see this coming. What is it that I am talking about? Well, let's just hop back down up in there. A couple of weeks ago, I think it was about a month or so ago, I did content commentary over this brand new podcast that features...
I saw it. I didn't want to cover it because I thought it was just too much. But this part seems interesting.
None other than JustPearlyThings and Brittany Superhead Jr. Renner. And I thought to myself, this is going to be fantastic pieces of content just based off their ideologies. I don't know who these two other women are, but I wanted to watch the show to see how it was going to mature. And apparently it will mature no more after Pearl has decided to part ways with the show.
I think I remember covering the Malaysian woman that really wanted to get through to women and black women and stuff. And I told her she's kind of barking up a pretty bad tree in a sense. This is the reason. Women just don't like listening to each other. Women don't like taking accountability from each other. It's a problem.
After a walkout, after being pressed by Brittany Renner, who was absolutely popping off, causing Pearl to walk off the show. So for today, I want to go over that piece of content, that walkout, determine can this show be salvaged? Was the walk-off necessary? Who's right? Who's wrong? And so much more. So without further ado.
So now we're moving right along to a segment called Panel Pull Out.
Everything I'll be so damn sexual with this girl.
Right?
Wow, I see what we did there.
Pull out.
So each host will pull something from the internet or socials that they would like to address with that specific host.
Okay.
Sounds a little messy. We're gonna start with Pearl.
Sounds so messy.
We're gonna start with Pearl.
I'm first.
Yes, I mean at first, yeah.
Okay, so I saw something that you retweeted, Brittany. And it was something about it was something about female intuition.
Okay.
Okay.
And I just don't think female intuition exists. I think female intuition is terrible.
I think it's terrible in what way?
We make terrible choices as women. So people will always say, "Oh, my female intuition, I knew because of my female intuition." And yeah, I don't think it's really a thing.
So intuition in itself, outside of gender, is absolutely a thing. My definition is your ability to look at a situation, understand it immediately without the need of like conscious reasoning. Typically, people that can score high within intuition are wise beyond their years. They've experienced a lot of life, and they can utilize that life data to understand the results or the outcomes of a situation without much deciding or reasoning about it. However, what Pearl is bringing up is an actual thing within our culture, within our worldly marketing. There's this idea that female intuition is somehow better than male intuition, when in reality, I think most men rely on masculine intuition, how to stay safe, how to be disciplined with money, how to protect yourself as well as others. Whereas women leverage much more of this feminine intuition, how to nurture relationships, how to build community. What the hell does this baby need from me? However, the cultural narrative or society allows women to believe their gut instincts or their intuition, less the wisdom that I spoke about earlier, allowing themselves to just feel into a situation, and oftentimes they are incorrect as hell.
Well, intuition, just simply put, is heightened awareness. And so it stems from when women were at home with children and had to be tuned into what was going on. So intuition doesn't just stop at children, it's across the board. So if you aren't tuned into your intuition, that's a you thing.
No. I just look at the choices we make,
We are you.
We as women. I mean,
look at
The strong thing for Pearl to do here is to take a look at things she can prove with data. If women have such high intuition, then why do they get into so many toxic relationships? Why are they the most in debt, including student loan debt? Why is the fetus deletion rate so high? That would make a sound argument, but Brittany Renner leveraging her own intuition when we know so many things about her lifestyle and the way that she chooses to live her life proves Pearl's point. Not all, but how dare you?
Women's intuition is just feelings. It's just what they feel at the moment. They don't even put in all that data that MTR is talking about to surmise what might happen. No, they're just, I feel happy or feel sad, so this is the reaction I'm gonna give it.
Brittany, reference a female's intuition when referencing yourself, as if you're known for making great decisions.
Look at.
What kind of choices do you make?
Okay, what kind of choices do you make, Brittany?
But you're the one who's, we're talking, you're saying that females don't make good choices,
well, we own the majority. I have no debt, right? But women in general.
That's because you're from a rich family, girl. Congratulations, girl. You're from a rich family, so what are you talking about having no debt, girl?
Women in general have a
Congratulations. Like, you don't get fish don't get applauded for swimming.
I'm lucky. That's why I said I'm lucky.
Okay, so for you, so why lead with that?
Because most women are in debt, you idiot.
Why lead with that?
Let her finish,
though. Example, and I'm going to give it to you. Do you want me to start?
She's triggered.
Okay. Let me tell you what
let's talk about
what we're not going to do, because you have a history of doing this, because I'm familiar with you, okay? Girl, what you like to do is you like to say these really stupid fucking comments, right? And then so what you do, then you like sit back and then you're like, you think you're so smart, you have this fucking smug ass look on your face, and then you're waiting for someone to give you that like emotional, like passionate response. So then you can sit there and be super dismissive and really kind of just gaslight. And
You know what's hilarious is that even though she's pulling out Pearl's game plan, Brittany's falling right into it.
Yeah,
like hook, line, and sinker. The troll statement of a woman's intuition, and now Brittany is beginning to demonstrate hyena-like behavior. Let's keep going.
I was gonna say you're falling for it.
Gaslight.
No. Yeah, do you know what that word means?
You guys use it for everything.
You guys.
Go ahead.
Okay, you know what's funny about using you guys is seriously, it kind of feels like the only thing that is actually feminine about you is that you have a vagina.
Damn!
There's like a man on the panel.
Okay.
Brittany with the burn from Hades. But let's call a spade a spade. Brittany is now dipping into sign language. All right, the insults are coming out, the ad hominems. Come on, baby. This show not even monetized yet. Y'all already throwing stones at each other. At least work on y'all rapport first. Let go.
What's feminine about you, Brittany?
Again, this is exactly why I feel bad for that Malaysian woman that really wants to work with black women and women to get them to understand. This is what you're gonna have to deal with.
Oh, come on. I'm not trying to go personal here. So I don't know why you're trying to make this personal.
No, you made it personal when you led with, hey, I don't have any debt.
I don't know.
As if that's a flex because your parents have money.
You asked
What have you actually earned for yourself?
Brittany, you asked me.
Okay.
I'm saying in general, women own the majority of debt. We don't make great choices. If we look at who we pick, let's look at romantic decisions. Women don't make very good romantic decisions in general.
There's a point that needs to be made, though, and that's the fact that what I heard Brittany say earlier was she's talking about people who have there's a deep heightened intuition, and I think where the conversation is splitting is the fact that you're actually talking about people who don't have that, who have it turned off, who are disconnected
like her.
From their intuition, who don't make poor decisions. We make poor decisions. Like when we actually go down to the root of why it is that
let's get to the root.
Poor decisions. There's layers and layers and layers and layers to it. And more of it is going to come from just like the science and backing that you kind of put into collective bundles that ultimately just come from who? The white man.
What are you even talking about?
Oh, no! Rubbish! Poppycock! Boulder Dash! What the fuck is this shit? From the white man? How did you we were here. We were here. How did you... Oh, God. Your female intuition is leading you down a victimhood road and or path of bullshit. How did you get here? The white man. For real. Y'all just lost. How did this go from a conversation of intuition to blaming the white man? It's so illogical. Absurd. And Brittany Renner complaining about white privilege while wearing a white woman's wig is odd. Y'all have the unique opportunity to challenge Pearl, to speak for all women ever, to prove the things that she's saying is not true, at least by having a decent conversation, and instead you muddy the waters with your bullshit race card tactic to your one DEI hire in Pearl. Yo, this is automatic smooth brain disqualification.
So when it comes, so when
that's the reason that she doesn't have any debt.
I'm just saying. So there's a certain level of understanding that's not there.
So that's not you making a decision. That's you being born into white privilege, and we need you to acknowledge that. So that's not a decision that you made. That is the way you came into this. And honestly, girl, you're a family of like 9 or 10. Like all that. That's how your dad set you up. So there are things that you genuinely did not have to experience. Right. You don't fucking.
This is a big problem amongst minorities, in my opinion. We always seem to want to attack someone, even though they're trying to help or even just speak to us in some way about their background or how they were raised in particular race settings. I don't think it matters too much. The way, at least what she's talking about in this particular topic. Yes, there are other privileges that she might have experienced, but no, just don't be in debt. Most women are in debt. There's nothing wrong with that statement.
No, you get to sit there again. So you don't even have to make any decisions. You're the same person. You are the same person that the last time I saw you accidentally. No, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up when I'm talking. And you get to go. You're the same person who accidentally spent $50,000 and your dad was able to pay it off on your credit card. Yes, you did when you spent.
I didn't actually.
You're the one who said an accident. I spent over my limit. That's what you said. That's what you said. So again, an unreal. That's what you said. That's what you said. The last time that I saw you. Yeah. So again, we're going back to you. Your girl. What the shit that comes? The shit that comes out of your mouth. You don't literally just say whatever. Shit.
Why are you getting
Look at Brittany go.
Tell the truth, Pearl hasn't even been able to say shit much throughout this whole episode so far.
Because honestly, you're fucking delusional.
Brittany.
Don't Brittany. Go ahead.
Brittany,
What Pearl is experiencing right now is the mouth of a triggered saber-toothed tiger demon witch hyena. There is no verbal winning when it comes to these type of women. They will meet your logic with pure nonsense, pure emotion. Pearl brought up a fair point when speaking about female intuition and the amount of debt that women have. Now, instead of coming back at that point, it's pure theatrics in the name of sign language. She's trying to hit you with logic while you're trying to audition for Love and Hip Hop. There's no winning when it comes to these types if they don't respect you or they're surrounded with a group of other people who don't respect you. They feel empowered within the disrespect.
Okay, if you're gonna yell at me, I'm not gonna do the show. Like you don't have to.
See, at first I wasn't sure what was going on, but as how this show has gone so far, with just this episode, yeah, I wouldn't accept this level of disrespect. I thought it was actual discourse going back and forth and they were yelling and just getting a little loud, which happens between men and we don't care about it. But this is pure disrespect. I agree with Pearl.
You don't have to scream at me. That's so disrespectful. You know, I'm not here to get like that's like you don't have to be rude. I don't.
I deem this dress too short for comfort. What is this? This is not a conservative. I can see the whole inner quadricep and hamstring from the back. No. Did she decide to do this podcast and kind of throw her previous grift out the window? I think that she's trying to go more political, more conservative. But is this? I'm so confused. I don't know if I can try to make sense of this. Anyway. Let's end off the conversation right here. While I'm obviously not the biggest fan of Pearl, I do think that she was justified within this conversation to walk away. I'm sure in her head she was doing the math of how much she's getting paid to be on the show, which I'm assuming that her cost of being on the show is a lot lower now that she's been demonetized on YouTube. But nevertheless, she did the computations within her head and didn't want to be in a room of race card baiting hyenas. I think that there's legitimate reasons to consider or to bring bring up race in certain conversations. But what you often find is that in these sister code echo chambers, some of them bring up and prioritize race and anything that goes wrong with them within life. You could be talking about how damn cloudy it is outside, and then it becomes a conversation about how the white man is controlling the weather. I think it's completely
I think it's more like the Middle Eastern guys. They're actually controlling weather now.
Disgusting. I think it's completely deplorable. And masculine men see right through it and want nothing to do with it. For we are not victims of our circumstance. I'm currently on the network's YouTube page, so that was posted 2 weeks ago. And then taking a look at their subsequent episode, there's only 3 women there, is what it seems. So it appears as that she has left the show. And it's a damn shame. They really could have had an opportunity of fantastic content. Now it's just going to become another predictive echo chamber. Questions, comments, concerns. Y'all already know what to do. Me and the and reviews.
Shout outs to MTR. I'm not the biggest fan of Pearl, but she does have some great points, and she does try her best to get access to more media, more coverage for men's issues. Even though it is a little grifty that she's doing it, it's helping men out overall in the long run, in my opinion. So please look for them below. Really appreciate that. I'll catch you next time.